So in the house right now, I currently have 16 total dogs. This is Oscar. This is Raven. These are Raven's siblings. So this is Edgar right here, and this is Poe. Here's Walt. This is Maya. This is Cisco, brother of Maya before. So this is Peter right here. This is Charlie. So this is Copa. Copa is the brother of Charlie. Mama is
the best girl.
Yes. Mama is named Mama, obviously, because she is the mom of Chance, Charlie, Copa, Callie, who got adopted, and then the other two that made it out of the shelter thanks to us, but then got adopted. And then I also have Hank, who has been adopted. He's gonna go to my business partner, Savannah. I have Chance, who I have adopted myself. And then on top of that, I have my two original rescues, Linda and Brody. So a house full of dogs. The actual house that I have, it's a 2-bedroom, about 1,000 square foot. Thankfully, I do have a pretty expansive backyard that they're able to go and frolic, and everyone has their own little room here, a little nook and cranny that they have in this home. The majority of them are still available for adoption. Every single one of them was saved from the kill shelter. So they're, not only do they deserve love, they have so much love to give because they've been without. I want to save as many as I can. These dogs, the situation that they come from, they deserve to have somebody sacrifice things for them. Everything I do has their best interest at heart. They have this love that they've been wanting to give or wanting to receive, and now they're finally getting it. It definitely takes them like a day or two to kind of get acclimated and really realize that they are loved. But once that switch happens, honestly, it's magical, but it's so beautiful. It's like, the best way to describe it is like it's reciprocal love. Whatever you give them, they give you back times 10. I've always had dogs my entire life. But really it started with my dad. My dad, he was a huge animal lover. I have a childhood dog named Tucker, and Tucker was a Jack Russell. My dad rescued him when I was 9 years old. My dad unfortunately passed away in 2015 from a very rare form of cancer. It was a very difficult situation. I was a senior in high school. I had just turned 18. He got diagnosed on March 10th, 2015, and then ultimately passed away May 7th, 2015. So it was just under 2 months after he was diagnosed. And at the very same time my dad was diagnosed, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She survived, she's a warrior, she fought through that. And Tucker was actually being watched by a family friend of ours in Virginia, and I think it all kind of ties in with what I'm doing now. I graduated college, finally get my own apartment, get Tucker back full time. Having Tucker back in my life, and then sort of the realization of, hey, like, he's getting old. He started to, decline a little bit the last few months of his life. And I had a fear the whole time of having him. I was like, I know I'm gonna go to the vet one time and he's not gonna come home with me. And that's ultimately what happened. Tucker, he was my dad's dog. He was at my dad's hip. He would sleep in between my dad's legs every single night. So when my dad passed, for me it was the realization of, hey, like, any day could be the last day, but I want to make sure I appreciate every moment of it. All the love that I have for my dad, all the love I have for Tucker, I have all that love still in me, that it's overflowing. One of my favorite quotes I've ever heard is, grief is beautiful because grief is all the unprofessed love that I have for my loved ones that I can't give them anymore. What I want to do is take all the grief and all the love that I still have to give, and obviously give it to my family, but give it to all these dogs. Even the difficulty of losing my dad and watch my dad pass away in front of me, there was no regret because he knew that we loved him and we all knew that he loved us. If you do things rooted in love, everything will fall into place. And that's what's been happening here. So Tucker passed away on August 8th, 2023. And it was a very difficult loss. And for me, it was a difficult loss because you're losing your childhood pet. But for me, I lost really the last, apart from my mom and my brothers, the last tangible memory of my dad. So the very first dog, Linda, I've had her for over a year now. She was left at a landfill in Texas in a closed box with all of her siblings. And a great organization here found her down there and transported all of them, similar to what I'm doing now, transported them up to Maryland and helped them find forever homes. So that kind of at that point was stuck in the back of my head. Okay, there's people that do this type of thing that I would love to do. And she was the perfect segue into all of this. So she was the first rescue, and then I got her back in August last year. I got Brody, my second dog, about a month and a half after her, and he and Linda immediately fell in love. I was like, man, these two are great dogs to like bring more dogs in, because I think that they're ones, they love dogs, all they want to do is play. I think that I can do this. So about a month ago, I decided to post on TikTok, very first video, just of both of them. And I was like, you know what, day one I posted my rescue dogs until I have enough support and followers to save countless more dogs. Day two I posted the video, and not much traction came, but around day three, the video started to get some traction with some views. And I started to get people tagging me in videos of other dogs that were in kill shelters. The very first dog that I ever got tagged in, his name was Joe. He's now Hank. And I see it's just a video of him in the shelter, and it's basically saying, hey, like he has 3 hours to live. Can anybody help? So I commit to save him. The lady that I've been working with, her name is Julie. She's amazing. She's like, I got like 40 spots left. If you want to save some more dogs, let me know. So that day I committed to save 24 more. So I had 25 total committed to save, and basically like promised to, cover the cost for them. And so they all went into boarding, and in the time of the 2-week quarantine, 11 of them got adopted. Then the 14 of them made their way up this way. I was like, this is definitely a lot of dogs. So I've had several of them be adopted already. They arrived on Saturday, and they immediately came in. Linda and Brody, it was, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like, at first they were like, what is going on? But then they quickly realized like, oh my gosh, there's so many dogs here. There's so much love here. And it was like just a playground. It was like a playground for them. They were here, they were having fun. So the total number now is 33 saved in just the last month, with 21 of them coming through my home. So quite a lot of dogs, but again, it's like, it's a beautiful thing, but like in my head, I'm also still thinking about the ones that have not been able to make it out. It's been like the best month of my life, the last month. And I've never felt as close to my dad as I have now. Even the chaos in the home of, multiple feeding time, dinner time, bathroom time, it's all worth it. I always knew that kill shelters were a thing, or animal cruelty. I know it's a thing. It's very difficult to look at dead in the eye. But I see so many dogs that are in these shelters that are beautiful dogs. Like they look like designer dogs, and they are overlooked. They're discarded, and they're put down for no reason other than just overcrowding in the shelter. People spend money on things that don't matter. This matters. I've spent a lot of money out of pocket, and I've only been able to fundraise about 1/3 of what I've spent, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because this is what it's gonna take to get it off and running. Making sacrifices, that's what life's all about. You gotta make sacrifices for the greater good, for things that matter to you, things that deserve it. When you save one of these dogs, you're actually saving 3 lives. You're saving this dog's life, you're saving your own life, because I promise you your life's gonna get better, and then you're also saving another dog's life whose spot just opened up that I can then save as well. For me, yes, adopt, don't shop. My mission here is to turn these death row dogs into designer dogs. I have the misfortune, but also the fortune of carrying my dad's legacy forward. Going through such a catastrophic event at 18 has allowed me to go through the difficulty of this, of the loss of these animals, and be able to be strong in it and fight through it and know that I'm doing a good thing to help them out. Carrying his legacy forward is something that I take extreme pride in. And something that keeps me going every single day, no matter how difficult a day is, whether it be a day with depression, or a day where I'm just not having a good day. I always remember at the end of the day that like I'm my father's son, and I can make it through anything. The ability to do this is an honor to me. I want to carry my dad's legacy forward as well as Tucker's legacy forward forever. I never want their memory to be gone, and I can't think of any better way to memorialize them. Let them live on forever through me. I'm very proud of myself, and I know my dad's proud of me too.